Hello and welcome to this, my Regionals Cup run for the Architect Cup. As most of you know, I am exceptionally happy with how things turned out. So originally my plan was just to have a bit of fun with this tournament. It's the end of the Silph year and, in my opinion, one of the best Silph metas we've ever had. So I just wanted to go positive in regionals and hopefully have a bit of fun along the way. But I thought to myself, in a meta where there are only 40 eligible Pokemon, how do you really have a bit of fun and spice things up? And so I went for a team of only Shadows. So obviously I've gone for quite a few meta picks. I've got Poliwrath, Muck, Drapion, but the added shadow damage and all that makes it a bit more interesting, and you've got to learn your matchups and what things can take a bit more. So I've gone for Golbat with the regular moveset of Wing Attack, Poison Fang and Shadow Ball. Poliwrath with Mud Shot, Ice Punch and Dynamic Punch. Muck with I think it's Poison Jab, Thunder Punch, Dark Pulse. Shadow Gyarados with Dragon Breath, Aqua Tail Crunch. Snorlax with Body Slam Superpower. And Drapion with Aqua Tail and Crunch. I think with those movesets, there's not a lot that I am particularly weak to. I found throughout this that my biggest problem was Beware, and fortunately I didn't run into too many of those. When I did run into the first Beware, it was the beginning of the end for the Cup, unfortunately, and it was where things started to go downhill a little bit. But as we'll see in the next couple of games, we'll see how things played out. Right, so we begin round one against Thor Thunderdog. I was fairly lucky in that I managed to play this guy earlier in the month in one of my previous tournaments, and I went positive against them then. So I went into this with a little bit of confidence. So I looked at his team and I saw that Gyarados looks to be pretty solid for me here. Only really has to bother with Lapras, and then even then we're both doing neutral damage to one another. Munchlax is a bit of an iffy one, but I didn't really see it coming along. So we'll see what they think to bring. I know that Gyarados, obviously it looked a bit iffy in some of the matchups, like Muck with the Thunder Punch and whatnot, and Drapion with our spammy ears. Muck you can solidly beat in the 2s, and I'm pretty sure you can solidly beat in the 1s just because of how much Dragon Breath does and how much neutral damage you can just spam out with Dragon Breath and with Aqua Tails and whatnot. So I went for a team with the Gyarados lead for the first one, and I think so. Ignoring the fact that I'm playing Thor Thunderdog here for a second, Gyarados, absolutely my MVP of this whole tournament. I had a lot of people telling me that it was a bit iffy in the run-up to the start of this, but I, say no to the naysayers, because it really did a number and sparked so much joy. As I said, Gyarados lead. We're going to Muck, which is it's a fairly neutral matchup. Shields up, neutral. Shield down, I'm about to get destroyed. I will be fully honest. Throughout the entire thing, I never learned what the count was for Thunder Punch. I know that Dark Pulse. I think Dark Pulse is 8. So if they throw before 8, I know it's a Thunder Punch. Beyond that, it's a mystery. So throw the Aqua Tail, go into Snorlax, field advantage, all is well. Drapion comes in, and we throw the Body Slam on CMP, have to shield, and then hope to either take some health or get the last shield in return. Fortunately, no defense drop. Body slam goes off, and we get a hefty chunk of damage. And then, just because of how spammy Snorlax can be, this body slam comes through again, and we will either take out or get the last shield. Last shield comes down, and Snorlax goes down. Absolutely fine. That is a sufficient amount of health for Drapion. It's got a little bit of extra energy after throwing the Aqua Tail. So now we know that this Drapion is Aqua Tail and Crunch, which is good. It means that potentially if I want to use it, that my Poliwrath is really good. And then we get the charge attack off the Drapion here, letting the damage come through, and when it's just an Aqua Tail, all is well. Then it's a Lapras, and I know that Drapion, with this additional shield, can take out just about anything in the 1v0s. Go over the Crunch, take out the Muck, and then we see what we can do versus the Lapras. Gotta hope, but I don't really need to hope that we get the defense drop. But throw out the Crunch. Accidentally did that in misalignment there, which I'm just seeing now. Let's through the extra ice shard. Need to shield this up, because even if it's a Surf, I've now got the energy to get to the Crunch. It's not, it is the nuke, it's the Skull Bash. So good shield, and not quite enough to take it out with the additional defense, but take it out just before. Right, straight into game 2. We've got Gyarados into Drapion. Thing I love to do in this is that nobody ever goes over. Everybody goes straight for the Crunch, and you can catch it every single time. Catching a Crunch on the Drapion resisted, it is fantastic to do, and you saved loads of energy on that Gyarados, and you can see what it does in the future. Alright, now we've got Drapion Mirror. I've got mine with, unfortunately, defense drop. That Aqua Tail then hurts more than you would like. Throw the Aqua Tail off in return. Unfortunately, that means that now I know that I also lose CMP versus this dude's Drapion. He's got a bit of extra energy. Not a fan of that. So I wait out the clock, let my switch timer go down again, then come back in with Gyarados, take out the Drapion with my Aqua Tail if he doesn't shield. Perfect. Now Gyarados, Snorlax, shield up. Muck comes in, as I said last time. The Thunder Punch will do a hefty amount of damage, but Gyarados can win this if I get some shields in. So Thunder Punch comes off, shields up, go up to the Crunch, get a bit of extra energy, get then the double Aqua Tail just about, a little bit short, but should be able to get there afterwards. And then Snorlax versus Frostlass. We all know this, we all know that Snorlax, even the Shadow, can tank an Avalanche. But I've got a shield, I may as well use it. Gonna have to take one Avalanche no matter what I do unless I go for the Superpower, and I'm not particularly liking the idea of using Superpower because then that opens me up to getting a bit of unnecessary damage on what I don't need to take. So Avalanche comes through, Snorlax tanks it, we get the farm down, we get a body slam off against the Muck, and this should be GG's. Yep, Muck goes down. As you'll see, I am quite the big believer in if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I am just going to go in with the same team. Obviously, 2 on the bounce now, feeling a little bit more confident, seeing how things play out. But On the same hand, my opponent has just seen that I have done 2 of the same team in a row. So, you know, there's a very good chance that he will adjust for that and see what they can do to play it a bit better and see what they can bring in to make their matchup that little bit better. As I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Gyarados lead into Pelipper. So this is actually quite a tricky one. Gyarados into Pelipper, just because of how spammy the weather balls are, and obviously the attacks kind of hurt. It's not as fun as you'd like it to be. But I catch the weather ball onto my Snorlax, and I bring in Lapras, which is a weird one, because Lapras versus Snorlax, I always thought favoured Snorlax, because, you know, superpower, and if they can get to the Silph before I can get to a couple of superpowers, then it's going to be a bit tricky. So I'm going to throw just before they can get to another one, and then I can get off this Body Slam, and then if I try and do it right, I can probably get to another Body Slam. I don't. Interesting. Must have been trying to go for the superpower there. I think I must have. Yeah, well, must have thought I could tank a Silph or something. So anyway, I think go back into the Gyarados, get a big farm down. There we go, just before they get to the Silph, perfectly calculated. They bring in the Muck, I throw off these Aqua Tails, and then we see what happens. So Aqua Tail 1 goes, we get the shield. Aqua Tail 2. No shield. Fine. Absolutely fine. Realising that they were just going to go for farm down, which I didn't like, I swapped into Drapion. But now this means they've got quite a lot of energy on this Muck. These Thunder Punches, you know, they add up over time. That's about, what, 25-30%? And there's another one, which I've now got to shield, which is a pain. They've still got a very, very healthy Pelipper in the back, which is tricky for me. I get the Aqua Tail off versus the Muck. Hopefully this is enough to kill it, and then we see where we go from there. Muck goes down, Pelipper comes in, but unfortunately Pelipper has a shield. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get to 2 crunches. Go for the bait, hope for the shield, but it's over at this point. The weather ball's going to kill. And then, yeah, as you see, weather ball kills from here, and Pelipper. There's too much health left for my Gyarados to do anything with. So then, on to round 2. 1 win under the belt, and we get paired against Red Spar, who, if I'm not mistaken, is top 10 in the UK. So I was a little bit uneasy going into this one. I thought this is potentially where the good luck from round 1 comes to an end. We've got a very, very tough matchup to go through. So yeah. See where we go from there. I see Pelipper, I see Gyarados, I see Poliwrath, I think Muck. So Muck, obviously, Thunder Punch, Pelipper, Gyarados, Poliwrath, good stuff. Then it's got the Poison Jabs to deal with Malamar, Froslass, Dark Pulse, Drapion is a bit iffy because of how spammy it is, but I think Muck. I also think Gyarados. Gyarados handles just about everything here, just about. So again, Gyarados, fantastic pick. I think I then round it out with Drapion, because Drapion is just about the best safe swap in this meta possible. Just about whatever you bring in, you can do a hefty amount of damage to, and if you're not killing it, if you're not flipping switch, then you are leaving it in a range where you've got a decent energy advantage from whatever comes in and farm down whatever you just took out. So if I swap Drapion, they bring in Poliwrath. It's fine. I can go for crunches. I can take a bit of health off it. Come back in. Gyarados, big farm down, and then Gyarados with energy does a lot. So, Gyarados into Frostlass is a good matchup for Gyarados. It beats just about everything in CMP. So yeah, got to shield up everything there just because Gyarados is about as frail as they come. Avalanche comes through, and then I can do back-to-back Aqua Tails, which should take out the Frostlass. First shield. And I must have let them slip one through. So I think double shield and then farm down. Because I've got so much energy here. Drapion comes in. I get one Aqua Tail off. And then I think catch the crunch. Ooh, and did not fire off at the right time. So this is where things got a bit weird versus Red Spar. So you'll see that crunch. Now I'm thinking, okay, crunch sludge bomb. Okay, that makes sense because then you would ward off any. Then you've got an answer to any Poliwraths that come around. Okay, right. So from now on, we'll be thinking crunch sludge bomb. Always fine with crunch sludge bomb. So I throw off a couple of Aqua Tails. I've got two here, so I can take out this Drapion. I've still got some leftover energy left on the Gyarados. Drapion goes down. Poliwrath comes in. But as you can see, I'm not running an answer to Poliwrath. I throw off the Aqua Tail just to get a bit of chip damage, and then I've got Muck in the back just in case, no matter what happens. So I wear out the switch timer a little bit, and then should be bringing in Muck here. Perfect, as expected. So, Ice Punch or Scald is what we're expecting. I'm also expecting the catch on the Thunder Punch. I don't know what the count is, but that doesn't mean that other people don't. Scald comes through, fine, cool. And there is the catch. I throw off an Aqua Tail, take out the Frostlass, and then there's no way that the Poliwrath can mudshot me down. I could probably farm it down before it mudshots me down, so they've got to throw energy if they want to win. Which they can't, because I've still got the Thunder Punch, and I'm pretty sure Muck would win CMP, so I get the Aqua Tail off before they're able to get to back-to-back, which is fine. Poliwrath goes down. Game 2. I have quite a bad bit of lag at the start there. I think I missed 2 or 3 Poison Stings. And with Drapion, 2 or 3 Poison Stings is somewhere between 60 and 75% of the move, which is a lot of energy. So let that one go through. Crunch comes through. Again, Crunch. So Crunch, Sludge Bomb. Get the defense drop on myself, which is unfortunate. So I throw the Aqua Tails. They get another one through. That's fine. 2 Aqua Tails isn't quite enough to kill. So I can let myself go down here. I'm not too arsed. I can come in and I can potentially get some farm. There we go. Gyarados comes in. Now, that seemed a bit quick. But it wasn't. It was a crunch. Fine. That must have been the extra energy that they had at the start. I'm fine with that. Frostlass comes in. There's nothing I can do here. So, 2 shields. They've still got a mon in the back. And they've got this Frostlass, which I don't know. I make a stupid call here. I shield it. This game's over. There's nothing I can do here. Just wasting time. There's no point me throwing. I have to hope I can poison jab down 2. after the match, I sent Red Bar a message. I was like, I'm pretty sure I missed 2 or 3 poison stings at the start. Do you mind if we, rematch? And they said, yep, that's entirely fine. So we did a rematch of game 2. We did a rematch where it was same leads, different backlines. So again, we Drapion mirror match at the start, and then the back is a mystery. However, I was quite happy with the team that I brought. So instead of changing my backline, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep the team exactly as it was and see if I can not get some lag and just play with that. So we go Drapion, all is fine. We go weak connection again, but we didn't actually miss anything this time. So get the extra poison sting in, and we see what we can do. So I'm assuming Crunch again. Aqua Tail. Why would they not have thrown this before? They get another one through, so now we're on equal energy again. I throw the Aqua Tail, hoping that I can just get a bit more energy on Gyarados if I let this go down. But they've thrown the Aqua Tail as well, and as we saw in the last game, 2 Aqua Tails doesn't kill. So, second Aqua Tail comes through, CMP, fine. This is either going to be a Crunch from them or an Aqua Tail. Crunch, fine. Leaves me with energy and the health to get to this extra Aqua Tail. Fine, cool. So, Aqua Tail, take down the thing. And I swap in Muck to avoid getting farmed down. This is typically a losing matchup for the Muck, but I bait, hoping to get a shield here, see where we go with that. The bait, it gets a shield, cool. So now, if I want to let this Muck go, I've got 2 shields on Gyarados. But I don't think I do, if I remember rightly. Yeah, no. I go for the Avalanche. And then they bring in a Malamar, but they've saved some energy on that Frostlass, which is potentially going to prove annoying at the end. So Malamar, fine. They're going to foul play me here, which I'm okay with. And the Muck goes down. If I'm clever, I can probably reach a Crunch. But I don't. I come in with Gyarados and be even more clever and just farm down. I know they'll only get to 1 move, and I just need to make sure that I catch. Otherwise, it's absolutely game over. And there is the best catch so far of my tournament. The first of many to come. So that's fine. Now I just need to get to back-to-back Aqua Tails, and it's GG. So Aqua Tail number 1 goes off. And Aqua Tail 2 goes off. And we are done. That is 2-0 up against Red Spar. Very, very, very happy. All good. So, into game 3. Gyarados into Malamar. So, I know they're going to throw after 5, because everyone throws after 5. Catch it on the Drapion. Perfect. So now, I've got a bunch of energy on the Gyarados, not a lot of health lost, and then they're going to farm up a little bit. I assume they're going to go for a couple of superpowers and see what they can do. So I do some crunches, hoping to get a bit of damage on there. A shield, that's cool. And in comes superpower now. So I need to shield this. If it is a superpower, it's just a foul play, it's fine. So, superpower, and they switch into their own Drapion. By the looks of it, I think I got... No, didn't get lucky, didn't get a refund. I'm throwing fine. Probably a little bit more damage, but less energy efficient. There's probably an Aqua Tail coming through. Crunch. Oh, my counting is really off today. So yeah, get some Aqua Tails off. Hoping to get to 2 of them. And then there we go. So either they come in with the Malamar, or they show whatever they've got, or they just let it go down to do. So Malamar comes back in, gets one more Psychic Cut through. Now, that Malamar loaded. So do I come in with Gyarados, or do I come in with Snorlax? I come in with Gyarados, and then take the hit, because I know I can survive one foul play. Not comfortable, but I can do it. They swap into the Frostlass. Fine. This Aqua Tail goes off, and it's going to be a big hit, and I've got Snorlax in the back. Swap Snorlax, and then just farm down, because I know that I'm not going to need to worry about this Avalanche. So I come out with probably a third of my health left, which, you know, it's a big hit, but it's fine. I keep farming down before they get to one more Avalanche. And then I've got a shield, and back-to-back body slams. So at this point, there is not really much point in the shield and red spar. So that is an incredible 3-0 for me, which is spectacular. And now on to round 3 against the guy who actually ends up coming second in the entire thing. I'm going to butcher this, but I think Cloudicino, something like that. So Frostlass, Lapras, Milotic, Cradily, Drapion, and Pelipper. Right, I've seen Frostlass, I've seen Lapras, I've seen Drapion, I've seen Pelipper. Cradily and Milotic, I've used those in, I think, the rest of this month. Milotic, especially, is a very, very good mod. He can take a hit, and those Dragon Tails really do hurt. So I'm a little bit worried about Milotic. At this point, I am kind of thinking that the line I've been using a fair amount in this, I've been using Gyarados, I've been using Muck, I've been using Drapion. Drapion, again, fantastic safe swap. There's not a lot that really wants to swap into a Drapion with energy. Pelipper, obviously, it beats it in evens if you don't bait, and all that kind of stuff. It's Drapion is great show for me here. So into game 1, I'm just going to go with what I know. I'm going to go Gyarados, I'm going to go Muck, and I'm going to go Drapion. There's not a lot that they've got that can answer that 3. Into game 1 we go. We've got Gyarados into Drapion, and as I said before, everybody throws the crunch when they're meant to. So, get the Drapion in, and I get 1 poison sting of advantage, and I catch the crunch. Perfect. So now I've got an energy lead against this Pelipper, but unfortunately I did get the defense drop, which is a pain. So I go for the crunch. I'm pretty sure I will not survive a Weather Ball here, but they also get a defense drop. Absolutely fine. I let this go, I let the Drapion go down, and then I can either Poison Jab down and get a massive energy lead Muck, or I can bring in the Gyarados, take a neutral Weather Ball, and then just farm it down, because nothing's going to want to take that. So, Gyarados comes in, I take a Weather Ball, it's fine. Choice whether to shield or not, don't shield because it's neutral, it's resisted, and it's not going to do too much. I say not too much, I'm left with a third of my health. But, you know, all things relative. Now, what have they got in the third? So I've seen Drapion, I've seen Pelipper. There we go. They bring in the Drapion again, and I've got 2 Aqua Tails here to just start spamming off. One of them will probably get a shield, just because of how it works. And that is going to get a shield from me, because I need to maintain some health. Aqua Tail, unfortunate. They bring in Frostlass, and at this point, I know it's not looking too great for me. They can shoot this Aqua Tail and they can farm me down. And then one avalanche is enough to take out the muck. So I need to shield this. And then I need to get to 2 Thunder Punches before they can get to another avalanche. It's just not going to happen. So the muck takes an avalanche and it's not looking healthy anymore. I've not got enough health to get to 2. Try and throw just to, on the off chance that they let it through, then something. But there's no wind on here. There we go. Yeah, Frostlass takes them both out. Unfortunate. Right. So, game 2. I need to get this done. I need to win because I'm not allowing myself to take a loss this early. Right. Gyarados into Drapion again. Fine. Cool. They do not throw this time. They know that they need to watch for the catch. But they bring in the Pelipper after I've got quite a bit of energy onto this Drapion, which is going to be fine for me. They get another defense drop, and now I know that 1 Aqua Tail is enough to kill this. So without the additional damage that I took from their core crunch, I can tank away the ball if I want to, or I can just farm up a little bit, throw this Aqua Tail, and then see what they want to do. Obviously their Drapion's got quite a bit of energy stored, but now I've got a bit of extra energy, but they've got shield advantage, so it's a little bit, They bring back in their Drapion, and that's a CMP. But I think I win the CMP there, which is very good. This is a very good piece of information for me. There we go. 1 Aqua Tail goes off, an Aqua Tail for them. So they've got enough for 2 Aqua Tails, but it'll take 2 Aqua Tails for them to kill me. And if they do, they dry. So, see what they do. And the Aqua Tail comes through. Let's let it go. Then I can bring in my Gyarados and just let it do whatever it needs to do. And there we go. So, Frostlass into Gyarados is not the match that they want to see. Now I've got 2 Aqua Tails, all is well. And I've got a Snorlax in the back that I can just swap into. Shield. Swap into the Snorlax, farm this down, come out with a Body Slam, and then I've got the Aqua Tail as well. Easy. So throw an Aqua Tail, get a bit of extra energy, potentially do the catch on the Snorlax. Perfect. There's nothing they can do here, they need 2 avalanches. Avalanche leads me at 40% health. Farm down, come out with exactly 1 Body Slam, throw it, and Drapion is done. And even if it's not, I've got a good amount of health on the Snorlax, as well as all the energy in the world on the Gyarados. Right, game 3, Decider. Snorlax into Cradily. So I know this is just a grass knot, not going to do too much. I can definitely tank this and not feel too uncomfortable about it. Potentially try and catch the next one onto the Drapion. Don't need to. They switch in their Drapion after I've got 2 Body Slams of energy, which is going to be very useful for me. And they get through charge move, over into the Aqua Tail, which I survive, get off the superpower. Hopefully they think it's just another Body Slam. Now I can farm down with Gyarados. Unfortunately though, this Credilli has got a lot of health and a lot of energy. So, plan, just build up the energy, shield when I need to, all is well, all is good. So, first grass knot comes through, then throw before they get to the next one. If they want a shield, that's fine. If they don't, that's also fine. Let this go. Then Drapion has a lot of work to do here. I'm expecting Frostlass in the back, maybe? Yeah, Frostlass. There we go. So this is hopefully a good matchup for Drapion, but down a shield, not so much. I also need to burn all these shields, and then potentially watch for their catch, make my own catch, all that kind of stuff. So I need to get to 3 charge attacks before they can get to 2. So here, I throw a crunch, expecting another shield, but, you know, kind of necessary to do in case they don't. Throw 1 and catch the avalanche, which is the absolute game-winning play. I just want to make it known that this guy only lost 3 battles.
Right, so as I said at the start, biggest problem with this team is Beware. I've got a couple of answers to it.
I've obviously got Golbat,
Frostlass,
Poliwrath,
and then
Dynamic Punch.
Race
But
against
time to see who can get to that charge attack.
They don't really
first.
like to see it.
And then
Drapion
gets
Stomp,
there.
Shadow Claw,
They
GG.
still hurt.
So I look at this and I'm thinking, Beware is coming every game. I also see Skuntank, I see Munchlax, I see Poliwrath, I see Pelipper. I think, alright, so Poliwrath looks alright here. So I might as well bring it for the first time and see where we go. So Poliwrath lead with Ice Punch, Dynamic Punch, and then pair it up with 2 things that help it out. So Poliwrath with Drapion and Gyarados, because same thing we've been doing the entire time, Drapion and Gyarados pair really well together. So Poliwrath, Drapion, Gyarados, game 1. Let's see what they bring. Poliwrath into Beware, exactly where I want to see it. I just need to throw at the right times. Get an extra one through, that's fine. Don't need to shield the first, just because I know I can tank and stomp. It's not comfortable, but I can do it. So, throw an Ice Punch for the bait, because I know that I will get to a Dynamic Punch as well afterwards. That's fine, cool. Throw the Ice Punch, get the shield, perfect. Throw the Dynamic Punch, over tapped, through 1, through a Dynamic Punch, into a Frostlass. Absolute nightmare. So now I'll swap into the Drapion, but at this point, all of my energy is done. My energy on Poliwrath has gone into the Frostlass where it's not needed. And yeah, now I've got quite the uphill battle. Shield the Avalanche, throw the Crunch. They can either let this go, or they can go shield down. I would say they probably go. Let it go, and that's fine. Now they bring in Beware. I throw an Aqua Tail, which just doesn't do the damage I need it to do. And they can take me out with 1 super power. So if I'd have shielded here, I could have got to that extra Aqua Tail. But no, super power, fine. And then I have to bring in Gyarados here and hope for the best. Munchlax. Munchlax is a tanky little bastard, so I have to try and catch onto the Poliwrath here. So I throw the Aqua Tail, and then shield the first one,
I have to hope that I can catch I hope I can catch their body slam onto the Poliwrath. But I did a stupid thing here and I forgot that it's 6 and 6. So 6 to my Aqua Tail, 6 to their body slam. So I try and go for catch, but I've locked myself into a CMP. Nothing I can do versus this Munchlax now. So the Munchlax takes out Gyarados and then proceeds to take out my Poliwrath. Game 2, Poliwrath again. Same team, Poliwrath into Pelipper. So Gyarados into Pelipper, fine. I need to commit shields because wing attacks hurt. So I'm a shield down. And then they bring in Munchlax. And there is not a lot I can do versus this. I just have to hope that I can I can't even out-spam it because we spam at the same speed. But I just have to hope I can do enough damage to it that I can do something to it. I know that I can't really shield this, but I've got to if I want to keep this energy. So now I'm 2 shields down with a Pelipper in the back, which beats both of my back line. And he's definitely going to have potentially going to have bought Beware as well, just because it's versus my team. So this is, unfortunately, going to be the first game loss. Alright, so there's Frostlass, not even Beware. I get this Crunch. Cool. Then Shield comes up, obviously. I have to go into Drapion here and hope that I can catch an Avalanche, maybe. But again, as we saw, Dynamic Punch doesn't do enough. Don't manage to catch. Get Shadow Balled. And then GG's to Callum. So this is against Callum. He is the guy who ends up winning the whole tournament. So I'm not too disheartened. He played very, very well. I am 2 games down, 2 losses. Unfortunate. Yeah, there we go. So they just fire off some weather balls. And I don't even bother throwing because I'd need 3 charge attacks. But yeah, Gyarados into Beware for game 3. It's an iffy one because Beware gets there before you do, and Stomp hurts more than an Aqua Tail does. So get the Stomp, then I throw the Aqua Tail. Hoping for a shield, also damage. Shield, fine, even shields. And there comes the next Stomp. So I either need to shield this and go down shields again, which I do. Now I know there's a Munchlax in the back, so I do the Crunch. And now I need to go straight into Poliwrath. So I need to get some Dynamic Punches off. There we go, swap in, cool. But Munchlax, they'll body slam shit out of me. So there's that. Body slam does 30 something, 40%. I need to throw the Dynamic Punch because I know that an Ice Punch won't kill. Dynamic Punch will probably take out the Munchlax here. Yeah, as it does. And then Frostlass comes in, which is just gonna hurt. Yeah, it does 50-ish%, just shy of 50%. But I know they can Avalanche and take me out here just because of how much Avalanche does compared to the Shadow Poly. So they're going to get to back-to-back Avalanches, which is a pain for me. So I know I need to
potentially go in with Drapion and then throw one and catch if I can, because I know I'm not going to be able to farm down here. Or I go in with Gyarados and just take it. Yeah, there we go. I get one Dragon Breath off, which does enough damage, and I go in Drapion afterwards once I've taken this. They're going to swap out, and then, yeah. So I need two Aqua Tails here. Take out the Wear. But a superpower here is going to be too much for me. Yeah, that. And then at this point, I've got two Aqua Tails here. I need to make sure I can get to two more. I think I should have thrown one more Poison Sting there. If I'd have thrown one more Poison Sting, I'd have potentially been able to get to another Aqua Tail here, because as you see, I fall short and I die on the Aqua Tail. So I spoke to a couple of people after this game against Callum, and obviously a 0-3 is never fun, and it's quite disheartening when you go 3-0 up and then you come crashing down with a 0-3 loss like this one. But at this point, 3-1, I've succeeded in what I wanted to do at the start. All I wanted to do was have fun. I wanted to have a positive run in regionals, and I'm 3-1 up in a 5-round tournament. So I've gone positive. There's nothing else I can ask for here. So as much as it hurts to have had 0-3, the guy goes on to win the tournament, spoilers, but to lose to the guy who wins, I'm not too disheartened by that. He's a very, very, very good player, and he thoroughly deserved the wins against me. I'd like to think I made them as close as possible, given the circumstances that my entire team was weak to Wear. But, we do what we do, and we go from there. So, again, congrats to Callum. And, yeah, on to the final round. Final round. So, again, another Beware. So I've gone from my nice 0-3 into another Beware. Looking at this, I'm not too pleased, but it is what it is. I've gone positive, all is well. So I look at this, I look at Trudy, and I'm thinking, okay, I've used 5 of my 6 mons now. May as well just go all out and use Golbat. Absolutely fine. So, Lapras, Muck, Frostlass, and Pelipper. Not exactly the most comfortable matches for Golbat. So, I don't use it in game 1, just because I don't see him play for it at all. Other than Beware, and even that's Stomp hurts. So, game 1, I go with what I know. I go with what I've been using the entire time, and I go with Gyarados, Drapion, and Muck. Gyarados doesn't. The only thing I don't really want to see with Gyarados in the lead is Lapras. Pelipper is it's iffy, but it can be done. So the only thing I don't want to see is Lapras. So we go into game 1 with Gyarados, Drapion. So into game 1, we've got Gyarados into Pelipper. Unfortunate, but we make do. Go for an Aqua Tail just before Hurricane. I don't reckon there's going to be a Hurricane here, just because I know that Weather Balls can do enough damage on their own. So, do a shield, just because I know that the weather balls are going to chip, and chip a lot more than I'd like them to. Very good counting off Trudy there. Gets to throw just before I get to the next backward tail, and in comes Lapras. So I get rid of all my energy, I throw this crunch hoping for a defense drop, and I think go straight into Muck. There we go, cool. So Muck, Thunder Punch, good. Then one Surf comes through, and at this point I really need to hope that I can farm this Lapras down. So I do. There's 1, 2, 3, and the fourth. I get the farm down as she gets that Surf, which is huge for me here. And I can throw one against their incoming Muck. In hindsight, I don't know whether a Dark Pulse would have been good here. I don't quite remember if I ever threw a Dark Pulse here, but I get 2 Thunder Punches off, so it's very good, very nice chip damage. And then I can, I can let the Muck go down, get the shield, and I can come in with Drapion here, because these Thunder Punches aren't going to do too much to me, and the crunch is going to do a lot to this Muck. Over farm a little bit, knowing that she's going to try and go for my CMP. Throws the Dark Pulse, which I'm not sure why. Catch on the Pelipper. It's not the end of the world. I needed to get rid of this Pelipper anyway. Now I can. I don't know why I did that. Well, she throws anyway. That I may have just made my own lose con there, but she throws the Thunder Punch, takes out my Gyarados, and now I just need to get to a crunch versus this Muck. And that's GG for game 1. So game 2, Golbat. So catch the crunch, same as we always do. Crunch gets caught. Perfect. Don't need shield, just a crunch. Hoping for no defense drop. Perfect. Pelipper comes in. This is unfortunately not the best matchup for me because this one ball's going to hurt. So, yeah. So I think put shield up, throw the crunch. And then I know that after a crunch, the Aqua Tail is going to do most of the remaining health. I throw the Aqua Tail just before Trudy can get to the Weather Ball, and then she throws the Weather Ball just before I can get to another Aqua Tail. Very good counting. And now I come back in with Gyarados and I just proceed to farm down. I think I'll have to take one Weather Ball, but it could be worse. Yeah, there we go, one Weather Ball. It's going to do good 25%, 25-30%. And back in comes this Drapion. Throw the Aqua Tail just before the crunch. And see what she wants to do. Drapion goes down and in comes Frostlass. So, Gyarados versus Frostlass is good. In even shields and with even health. So, I don't have even health. I'm going to get farmed down with these 2 moves. So I go into Golbat and I throw a Poison Fang into the Frostlass. So, for anybody at home wondering why that happened, my Golbat and my Shadow Golbat, their moves, for their charge moves, are on different sides.
So I threw where I thought I could, eventually get to. I could eventually get to the shadow ball. I started tapping there, and it was not there. So I went from having quite a comfortable win to a very, very uncomfortable loss. So yeah, after game 2, I kind of just sat there for a good 30 seconds.
So yeah, game 3, same thing I've done whenever I felt a little bit uncomfortable the entire way through the tournament, is go straight back to what I know.
And then game 3 happened.
Gyarados.
I didn't really know what I was going to do going into it, so I kind of just
3 absolute staples of my team the entire way through. Cannot take a fault in
I'll show you
at
game
all.
3 right now.
So Trudy does something a little bit, I think a little bit weird there. Lets me get a bit of extra farm after she'd snuck through with the Frostlass. Swaps into the Lapras. I swap it to Muck. Going for the Thunder Punch just before the next Surf, but I'm aware that she can probably just farm me down here because I left that first one through. But no, I get Thunder Punch through. She will undoubtedly come back through with the yeah, there we go, Frostlass, and then I can come back in here with Gyarados. I can throw off the Aqua Tail. So now I'm in CMP. So she can go 2 shields down here if she wants to. There we go. And then I said, 2 shield Drapion. I think it could be everything. Pelipper, if he won. So I need to shield both weather balls. Realistically, but I know that Trudy's got a bit of extra energy, so I can shield the first weather ball, get the crunch off, maybe hope for a debuff, I don't know. But yeah, so I know that she's got energy, so I over farm, and I have to pray that I can survive this. There we go, about 10%. Throw the Aqua Tail, take out this Pelipper, and I know that I can survive maybe 2 more Powder Snows. So I go for overkill, and I go for the crunch. I definitely could have gone for the Aqua Tail there, made it a bit more comfortable, but yeah, made it a very nice strong win against a very, very good opponent. Trudy is the friend from Jim, Belters, and the whole lot. So yeah, as previously said, Callum, my opponent in round 4, went on to win the whole thing, got through to Continentals. Nice 5-0, and as you see there, I came 5th, which is ridiculous, absolutely a million times better than I could have hoped for. I was only hoping to go positive, so I was hoping to throw 3-2, and ended up coming 5th, which is, joint 4th, really. Only Aaron pipping to me with A being higher in the alphabet than S's, which is just, a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, cannot be happier. I played some fantastic players, and I outdid myself more than I thought I would. 5th place is truly, truly phenomenal. Got me so much so that I was able to get to number 277 in the world, and number 24 in the UK. So I am absolutely elated by that, which is something I would not have been able to do without all the people that I've had to face this year, and the people behind me who have pushed me to be as good as I am. So I can't thank you all enough, and I hope you've all enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching.